Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered. Beim letzten Mal hat Shiro ja das Schwert von Saber erschaffen. Calibur. Oder war das Excalibur? Ne, ich glaube, das war nur Calibur. Das, was im Schwert halt drin steckte, was er gesehen hat. Und damit haben die es gemeinsam geschafft, dann Berserker zu killen. Und danach hatte er halt Träume gehabt über das Leben von Saber. Beziehungsweise einen Traum gehabt über das Leben von Saber. Und ja, jetzt sind die halt am Morgen danach. Und ja, the heroic symbol of Britain. The wielder of a sacred sword. So famous she is even known in this faraway land. But then, what of it? The legend of King Arthur ends with the king's death. Even heroes are still human. Their stories usually end in death, but no hero dies a proper death. King Arthur was no exception. Yup, das stimmt. If I remember correctly, King Arthur died in battle. At the great Battle of Camlan. After unifying Britain and supposedly having no more foreign enemies to defeat, King Arthur was drawn into conflict with an unexpected enemy in the end. It was the treachery of her own army. The knights she vowed to protect and fought alongside for so long. That led to King Arthur's death. King Arthur defeated the army's leader but took a fatal wound in the battle, and so entrusted her only surviving knight, Bedivere, with the task of returning the sacred sword to where it belonged. Travel across this bloody battlefield and over the hill. You will find a deep lake. Throw the sword into the lake. But Bedivere did not fulfill that final duty. Fearing the implication of losing the sword, Bedivere falsely reported not once but twice that he had thrown it into the lake. Each time King Arthur once more ordered Bedivere to throw the sword away. Finally, on his third attempt, Bedivere was able to fulfill his king's wishes. It is said that King Arthur died after making certain the sword had been returned.
それよりシロ、あんたこれからどうする気よ？
Tosaka suddenly turns to glare at me. What do you mean, plan to do?
だから和室で寝てる物騒な子供のことよ。放っておけって言ったのに、ここまで連れてきたのはあんたじゃない。
それについては私も言いたい。バーサーカーを失ったとはいえ、イリアスフィールは危険なマスターだ。それを保護するなど、シロはどうかしています。
そうそう。あんなのは綺麗に預けちまえばいいのよ。
The two glare at me as one. That is right. The moment Berserker disappeared, Ilya fainted. She showed no sign of waking up, and I couldn't just leave her, so I brought her back home. Of course, Tosaka and Saber objected, so I carried her myself. A master who loses a servant either flees before another master kills them, or is protected by the church. Tosaka says we should let Kotomine take care of her, but I don't think that priest would take very good care of Ilya, so I'm having her stay in one of our spare rooms.
シロ、あなたの考えは立派ですが、イリアスフィールに関わるのは危険です。今ならまだ間に合う。早々に教会に預けるか、その令状を剥奪するべきだ。
Saber's serious. Changing her mind won't be easy. Do you have a problem? We couldn't just leave her alone. Ilya's just a kid and she wasn't herself. I would feel bad leaving her with Kotomine. Ich erwähne es einfach nochmal. Ilya ist älter als Shiro.
かわいそう。あんたね、あの子にあんな目に遭わされて、まだそんな寝ぼけたこと言うわけ？
同感です。シロはイリアスフィールに感情移入しすぎています。彼女は何度もシロを殺そうとしたではないですか。
Oh, passiert mal. The two are more united than ever. Der Biblicke. But I need to stand my ground. Ilya was our enemy, but she never had any malice for us. As long as she has a good influence, she won't do any more harm. And I said this at the start. I'm not fighting to kill masters, I'm fighting to end the battle.
それは分かってはいますが。
Saber's tone softens, so she's clearly not convinced. But...
そう。それじゃあイリアスフィールのしたことを全部許すっていうの？言っとくけど、あの子は私たち以外のマスターも襲っている。もしかしたらもう何人かマスターを殺しているかもしれない。それでもあなたは助けてやるっていうのね。
Well, Yeah. Ilya admitted she killed Shinji after I let him go. Shinji used Rider to try to kill everyone at school. If that's what he did as a master, I suppose his death was inevitable. But Shinji was a friend of mine for years, and thinking of Sakura, I can't just write off what Ilya did. But that means there's no chance at closure. Even if Ilya is no longer a master, as long as she can reflect and feel remorse. I think we should save her.
そうね。それは正しい。けどシロ、私はアーチャーのことを帳消しにする気はないの。私のアーチャーはあいつに殺されたんだから。
We are at an impasse here. We all three staring at each other. But then...
何よ。サーバントなんて最後にはみんな消えちゃうじゃない。そんなこと気にしてるなんて、マスター失格ね、フィン。
The very girl under discussion appears.
イリアスフィール。
待ちなさい。あなたたちに用はないわ。戦う気もないから、そんなにいきり立たないでくれない？ほんと、同じレディーとして恥ずかしいわ。私よりずっと年上なのに、たしなみってものがないんだから。
Okay, bei Saber kann man diskutieren, aber Tosaka ist definitiv nicht älter als sie. Definitiv nicht. Ilya shrugs, looking disgusted. Saber and Tosaka are once again in sync. A whole new kind of tendency comes over them.
まあ、それも怒らないであげる。今はあなたたちに構ってる場合じゃないもの。
Ilya turns from them to face me. Ilya?
礼を言います、セイバーのマスター。敵であった我が身まで気遣うその心遣い、心より感謝いたしますわ。
Huh? I stare at Ilya in disbelief. So sudden is this that even Saber goes quiet. Tosaka just keeps drinking her milk, giving Ilya the stink eye. And then, Ilya smiles that familiar smile of hers.
なんてね。やっぱりシロはお兄ちゃんだ。
She launches herself right at me and hugs me around the neck. Rick? Tosaka spits out her milk. What the? I can almost hear the vein popping in Saber's forehead.
離れなさい、この無礼者。
Saber rushes toward me. Ilya twists around, swinging to my back.
無礼者はどっちよ。サーバントのくせに私に意見しようなんて100年早いわ。
あなたに従う義務もなければ意思もありません。減らず口を言う暇があるなら、今すぐ城から離れなさい。
そんなの聞かないよーだ。ねえシロ、昨日みたいにしよう。あれ、本部って言うんだよね。
Oh, Ilya spins around me. Ilya hat Spaß. Saber hurries after, trying to catch her. This is bad. What specifically is bad? Well, it's just bad. The two can't stop glaring at each other. It must be because Tosaka is just watching from afar, but... She just wipes the milk off her mouth as if nothing is happening and says...
どうでもいいんだけどね、二人とも。そのままだと、そいつ死ぬわよ。
The two peer curiously at me. It's pretty clear. My neck's getting wrenched around. I now face the greatest danger of my life. Okay, let's review this current situation. The hamburg steak I had when working so hard on is packed away in the freezer. First, there's Tosaka. She's being relatively quiet. She seems to be keeping a straight face, and it looks like she's just going to watch things play out, but who can say what she might be thinking to herself. Ilia's sitting next to me, and for some reason she looks like she's in a good mood. Die hat Spaß, das kann ich sagen. She's looking curiously around the living room, but it doesn't look like Saber or Tosaka are much concerned to her. Whatever either of them might say is likely to go in one ear and out the other. And then there's the one I'm most concerned about. Saber. She's glaring anxiously at both me and Ilia. She is not usually so fidgety and restless. It feels like I'm resting on a bed of nails, so I can't leave things like this. I don't know what is going to come of this, but I have to do something about the situation. Let's settle this. If we keep this up, it will drag out until lunch.
そうね。結論は決まっているし、問題は早めに片付けた方がいいわ。そうでしょ、セイバー。
そうですね。私とリンの意見は同じですから。あとはシローに納得してもらうだけですが。
Saber's really digging her heels in.
ねえシロー、リンとセイバーは何を話したがってるの？
Oh, they want to talk about what we should do with you. You lost your servant, so we want to know what your plan is to do from now on.
そんなの決まってるでしょ。教会に保護させるか、森の城に追い返すのよ。どちらにしたってここにいさせる選択肢はないからね。シローもそう思ってるの？
Oh, Ilia looks at me, her face emotionless. Natürlich beschütze ich sie. Kiritsu always told me to protect girls, and I don't like seeing kids suffer. Well, I think Ilia should stay here. The Holy Grail War isn't over. I want to shelter Ilia until the last of the masters are taken care of.
シローがそう言うんなら、私もここにいてあげるね。
Hey Ilia, you're choking me. I can't breathe. I intend to pry off Ilia from me, but before I get a chance, Saber steps over and does it for me.
何よ、さっきから邪魔ばっかりして。あなた、私に恨みでもあるの？
Ich find sie so geil. Ich find Ilia so geil.
当然でしょう。その身がシローに何をしたか、私は忘れることなどない。シローもシローです。イリアスフィールをかくまうなど、百害あって一理なしとわからないのですか。
What about it? Ilia doesn't have a servant anymore, so she is not dangerous. She is no longer a master. Besides, how would you feel if she got attacked after we abandoned her? Ilia's life would be in danger, and the other masters might gain power from her.
それはそうですが、しかし。
Saber hesitates. No matter what she says, Saber understands that another master might attack Ilia if we leave her alone.
じゃあ次はこっちの番ね。セイバーを陥落したところ悪いけど、私はまだ説得されてないわ。いい？シロー。そいつはまだマスターなのよ。サーバントを失っても、霊樹がある限り、マスターはマスターだって教えたでしょ？
She says that. Tosaka just butts in while she sips her tea. Hey, what is that supposed to mean, Tosaka?
だから、霊樹さえ残っていれば、サーバントとは何人でも契約できるのよ。主のいないはぐれサーバントがいて、かつマスターにそのはぐれサーバントを許容できるキャパシティさえあれば、何人とだって契約はできるわ。
What the heck? So if there's a cabal master around, they can form contacts with as many souls as they want?
何人でもってわけじゃないわ。聖杯の力で呼び出せる英霊は7人が限度だから、最大でも7人ね。もっともどんなに優れた魔術師だって、複数のサーバントを具現化させる魔力なんてないわ。あるとしても、その場合は10の魔力を5に分けて2人のサーバントを刺激することになる。そうなるとサーバントの能力は下がるから、複数のサーバントと契約する旨味はないけどね。
I see. So if I formed a contract with Saber and Berserker, They would have to split my magical energy between them to maintain their existence, which would drastically weaken both of them. That means it would make more sense to keep it to one servant and supply them with magical energy. Now that you mentioned it, didn't you say servants could change masters? Is this what you meant?
あら、珍しく勘がいいじゃない。
Mobbing.
シローの言う通り、サーバントがマスターを変えるっていうのはそういうことよ。マスターを失ったサーバントは消えるまでいくらか猶予がある。で、その間に他にサーバントを欲しがっているマスターを探して契約すれば元通りってわけ。
だからリンに気を許しちゃダメよ、シロー。そいつだってまだマスターなんだから。シローを殺してセイバーを奪うかもしれないし、まだ生きてるサーバントと再契約するかもしれないわ。
Ich find's so geil von Elia, dass sie das jetzt auf Rin schiebt.
そう。それはあんたにそっくりお返しするわ、イリア。
そんなことないもん。私、他のサーバントとなんて組まない。イリアのサーバントはずっとバーサーカーだけなんだから。
Oh. I don't know what kind of relationship Elia and Berserker had, but I do know that servant was special to her. That is a surprise, but at the same time it makes me happy. I'm happy to know that despite the fact that as master, Elia was relentless. She still cherished her partner.
あ、でもシローが負けちゃったらセイバーは私がもらうわ。私はシロー以外のマスターが勝つのは認めない。でももしシローが負けちゃったら私が代わりに勝ってあげるんだから。
Wie süß. Elia says that proudly, just as she was starting to impress Saber and Tosaka.
バカなことを言わないでほしい。私はシローのサーバントです。あなたのサ
へえ、別にそれでも構わないわ。
Ich liebe dieses Bild von ihr. Der Gesichtsausdruck mit dem Finger, das Ding, das finde ich so genial, einfach diese Zeichnung.
私はシローに勝ってもらえればそれでいい。私が勝つのもセイバーがシローを守ってくれるのもどうせ最後は同じだもの。
Huh? What a weird thing to say. Actually, if she wants me to win, why would she think like that anyway? And then, Tosaka must have found it strange too. She starts to think.
私は構います。ともかく私は認めません。リン、あなたからもシローに忠告してください。
ごめんなさい。聞いてなかったわ。もう一度言って、セイバー。
ですから、イリアスフィールをここにかくまうのは反対だということです。
ああ、それいいんじゃない？別にかくまうぐらいなら。は
Saber freezes. I had advocated for this, and even I'm surprised. I don't blame the opposing Saber for being frozen in shock.
リン、あなた、正気ですか？
ええ、冷静に考えてみればリスクはどっちも同じなのよ。イリアを一人にするのもここでかくまうのも教会に預けるのも変わらない。いえ、むしろイリア目当てでマスターが来てくれた方が助かるわ。今のセーバーなら他のサーバントが束になっても負けっこない。聖杯戦争を終わらせるならその方が手っ取り早いし、それはあなただって望むところでしょ、セイバー。ま、あなたが他のサーバントに負けるって言うんなら話は変わるけど。
Tosaka ist so manipulierend.
まさか今の私がどのような状態かリンなら分かっているでしょう。シローが私のマスターである限り私に敗北などありえません。
でしょ？ならイリアをかくまうのも問題ない。それに気になることもある。シローの選択はもしかしたらとんでもない妙手だったのかもしれないわ。
Tosaka goes quiet. She must have convinced Saber, who reluctantly takes a step back from Elia. We finish breakfast, then move to the dojo. Tosaka goes back to her own room, while Saber follows me. As for Elia...
ねえ、本当に剣の鍛錬なんかするの？
She follows me to the dojo, like we are joined at the hip.
私、 今日はシロと遊べると思って楽しみにしてたんだよ。なのにセイバーなんて邪魔者はいるし、ここ寒いし、つまんないよ。
Oh, wie süß. Well, I'm not surprised Ila thinks this is boring. Watching someone train isn't what I would call exciting.
ねえ、今に戻ろう。強くなりたいなら、私がシロの力になってあげる。
Ila takes one of my hands in both of hers and tries to tuck me away from the dojo, but at least in this I can't indulge Ilya. No, I can't, Ilya. I train every day, so I can't miss today. I'm not a proper mage, so I need to work hard to be ready to fight. Besides, if I train, I can protect you too, Ilya. I decided to shelter you here, so I should train to help me do just that.
それはそうかも。けど私、シロに守られなくてもいいんだけどな。シロはお兄ちゃんなんだから、一緒にいてくれるだけでいいんだもん。
Der Blick von Saber. It seems I failed to convince her. Ilya tugs more aggressively at my hand. Saber watches silently all the while. Her eyes burn into the pair of us. She must still not approve of Ilya being here, and is being more than a little cold toward her. And then our eyes met. Good timing, I will ask for Saber's opinion. As said, I can't. Tell her, Saber. Tell her I train with you every day.
私に言うべきことなどありません。イリアスフィールを連れてきたのはシローです。彼女に言い聞かせるのはシローの役割で、私の責務には含まれていませんから。
Oof. I don't know why, but I guess she's really ticked now.
なんだ、セイバーもよくわかってるじゃない。剣の鍛錬なんてしなくていいのよ。残ってるのは雑魚ばっかりなんだから、そんなの必要ないもの。ねえシロ、他のマスターなんてセイバーに任せて、私たちは外で遊ぼう。
Whoa, hey, slow down. I lose my balance and feel myself being tugged towards the dojo's exit. Hey, no, let's go, Ilya. Hey, no, let go, Ilya. I'm not going to indulge you this time. I'm not skipping my sword training, I'm going to stick to it. Sure, you might think it's boring, but I enjoy it. If you're going to complain, then go wait in the living room. I shake her off violently. She obviously didn't expect me to fling her away like that. Ilya backs off surprised, then looks at me nervously. Crap. I should have been nicer about it. Sorry, Ilya, I was too rough with you, but I'm not going to give up on my sword training. I'm sorry to leave you alone, but please stay in the living room. Aww. Ilya strides away towards the entrance, but stops by the wall.
いいわ。ならここで見てる。それなら文句ないんでしょ。
Oh, wie cute. Ilya suddenly roars in defiance. She glares our way, pitching a small tantrum. Well, I don't mind, but it's cold in the dojo, and there's tea and snacks in the living room for you.
私がいいって言ってるんだからいいの。なんだ、シロとセイバーを二人きりになんてさせないんだから。
He's so süß. Ilya huffs and turns her nose up. Oh well, you're more than welcome to go back to the living room if you get bored. At least things have settled down. I take the two Shinai leaning against the wall and turn to face Saber. Then let's begin. It's been 3 days, so I might be a little rusty. Hey. Are you okay, Saber? You look a little dazed. Do you have a fever?
いえ、別にそういうことではないのですが。
Saber turns away from Ilya, furiously shaking her head. So, are you alright? Let's begin. Here's your Shinai.
いえ、投げていただければ結構です。あまり不用意に近づかれては困ります。私たちは剣の鍛錬をするのですから。
That's what I've been saying. What else would you be doing, Saber? A little confused, I toss the Shinai to her. Besides, I've never once landed a strike on Saber. I've never even gotten close to being within striking range of her. So Saber telling me not to come close seems odd. Saber takes the Shinai, I toss her a bit awkwardly, then lets out an audible sigh.
それでは始めましょう。今までとは勝手が違いますが、平静を保つようにしろ。
Saber glances at Ilya as she speaks. I will be fine. Once we started, Nothing will bother me. I grip my Shina and focus on Saber. She stands in front of me, Shina in hand. Now my attention is fixed only on her. We spend 2 hours training, then go on break, as usual. This just reminds me how amazing you are, Saber. I'm not approvingly and gulped some water from the kettle I brought along. I quench my thirst and wipe the sweat from my neck with a towel, which helps me to finally relax.
ねえ、今のが鍛錬なの？なんかシロが一方的にやられてたようにしか見えなかったけど。
Ja, kann man so nennen. Uff. Ilya is so blunt about things most people would find awkward. That's not true, Ilya. It may have looked like I'm just getting beaten up, but it was actually worse before. In fact, I didn't pass out even once, so I would say I did pretty well today.
そうなんだ。けど、それってシロの腕前なのかな？セイバー、シロが何度もバランス崩してたのに、わざと見逃してたような気がするんだけど。
Oh. Ilya's expression turned thoughtful. She is sharp. I found it odd too, actually. Either Saber was holding back out of concern for me or she isn't in top form. Whatever the case, Saber didn't go all out. Well, she may not always fight seriously while we are training, but she has always been merciless about exploiting openings before. Today she lacks drive though. Normally she just rushes in and attacks hard enough to knock me out, but there was none of that today. You think so too, Ilya? Maybe Saber's given up on me.
不思議とそんな感じはしなかったよ。セイバー、ちゃんとシロに追い打ちしようって竹刀を構え直すんだけど、とっさにやめて下がっちゃうのよ。あれ、何だったのかな？見逃してるっていうより、怖がってるっていうか、遠慮してるっていうか。
Huh? Saber would never hold back. If she had the compassion for that, she wouldn't have beaten me so bad that first day. Yeah, Saber isn't the sort to hold back in training. That is why I was able to focus so completely on her weapon. What has gotten into Saber? This isn't training at all, it seems unbelievable. But did she go easy on me?
いえ、手を抜いていたなどということはありません。私は普段通り、シロより一段階上の剣士を想定して相手をしていたのですが。
Something is not right. Saber has to see it too. Yeah, I can't imagine you ever taking it easy on me, and I know you were being serious, but I think you were holding back if you don't come right at me. This is pointless.
正面からですか？ですが、そうなるとマスターに近づきすぎです。それでは展開によっては体がぶつかってしまうというか。
Auf einmal hast du damit Probleme. Huh? Well, we are sparing, so I guess we might bump the shoulders or something. Besides, you used to slam your whole body into mine to knock me down because you said I wasn't defending myself well enough. And close combat is your specialty, Saber.
私、そんなことをしていたのでしょうか？
No. That is kind of a weird question, but yeah, frequently. Remember how you just slammed me into the wall when we first sparred? I said you were pretty strong for a girl, and you said it was natural for a swordsman. Saber stands there dumbfounded. What is going on? Saber is acting really weird today. I would hate to learn she isn't feeling well. I should talk to Tosaka later. We get back to our training, but it's still different than before. But after just a few strikes, Saber sets down her Shinai. Is this a new kind of training? She might strike me straight in the head the moment I drop my guard and get close. I brave hard, watching Saber cautiously. Saber never says, showing that she is serious now and steps forward.
シロ、昼食にしましょう。
That's not like her. Huh? I lower my Shinai. Lunch? Is it that time already? According to the clock, it's a bit before noon. It's lunchtime for sure, but this is the first time Saber has been the one to step up and suggest it. Neither Saber nor I paid much attention to the time when we trained before. We would take a break. We would take a break and notice we were hungry. Then we will check the clock and see that it was about lunchtime. It's a good idea. I could go along with easily enough. Ich würde sagen, an dem Punkt beende ich jetzt mal diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.